Hello, this is Oliver Blair from Massey University in Wellington, and today I'm going to go over InDesign, just briefly, overview it, and how it can be used for prototyping websites. So right now I'm on the spatial design multimedia page, and just having a look at the brief, and I've put some links right at the bottom down here under reading, references, precedents and stuff. So there's a whole bunch of links down here as well. And this one here is quite good, creating wireframes and prototypes with InDesign. So I think I can open in a new tab. Cool, and it sort of goes over basically what I'm going to go over today, how to set up InDesign for interactivity, and how to sort of get some interactive buttons and things like that happening. So that's a really good reference. So it's just on the multimedia page in the brief, down here, creating wireframes and prototypes. Cool, so let's open up InDesign. Here we are, and the first thing you want to do probably is set up the window sort of space and make sure you have all the tabs and buttons and things open. So what you want to do is go Window, Workspace, and then there's one here, Interactive for PDF. So if you click on that, it loads all this stuff up here. So you've got your layers, and you've got your links, and your pages, and also right here, buttons and forms. Yeah? Cool. So let's make a new document. So I'll go File, New, Document, and what we want to do is change this intent here to Web. It defaults to 800 by 600 pixels. That's kind of small. So I'll just ramp it up to 1280 by 800. That should give us a bit more room to sort of work with. So let's see what that looks like. Cool. And can I zoom out to actual size? Cool. So it's a bit bigger than my window I've got here. Cool. You can also press, I think it's Control 1, Control 0. So Control 0 sort of zooms in so you can see the whole page, and Control 1 zooms in to be 1-to-1. So that's going to be the actual size that it is in the PDF. Cool. So we've got our first page. So we can look at the pages here. So we've got this page and we've got some masters up here. So the first thing I'll do is I'll make a couple more pages. And I'll put some, you can just double click on them to change between them. And I'll put some text on one of them. I'll just call this page 1. Yeah. And the one down here, and I'll call this page 2. So see how I'm doing it all manually? There is a way to do it automatically. Cool. And to do that, what you want to do is change this text into a variable. So you can just sort of delete it, and then if you right click in the text frame, then there's some variables down here. So there's insert variable, there's all this stuff here, but there's also insert special character. So you've got symbols, markers, hyphens, quotation marks, blah 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 other. So it's under markers, current page number. See it changed to 2. So we can go page like that. I think if we go Control C, if we copy that, and go down here and make a new text frame. Now I've just pasted that in, and it's pasted the special variable in as well, so it's changed to page 3. And now if I duplicate this, see it changed to page 4. So that's quite cool. But what about this sort of font setup that we've got here? It's not very cool, is it? Ooh. Just press escape to get out of that. So there's a whole bunch of shortcuts as well. I should probably go over to begin with. So I think most of you will know them already. I think I showed you in second year how to do this InDesign stuff. So press space, and you've got your hand tool, so you can sort of pan around. Right click on anything, you can get a context menu for anything. There's a whole bunch of shortcuts, like V is for the select tool up here, T for text. Yeah, there's other ones, but I'm not 100% sure on them. So that's what I'm doing basically. So and to edit a text window, see, I can sort of click on it once to resize it. But what if I want to change that text and use double click? And you can go into it and you can change whatever you want about it. And then how do you get out? You can sort of click out, like out there, or you can press escape and it'll take you back to the previous tool as well. So what do we want to do? We want to change this, make it a sort of text style. So if I select all that, and it says up here it's basic paragraph. So what we want to do is make a new one, a new sort of paragraph style. So we'll click on this little paragraph symbol here. It should be under type paragraph styles here as well. We can press F11. Cool. And then this brings up this window here, and then we can go new paragraph style with this button. And what we'll do is we'll edit that. So right click and go edit. Yeah, and what we'll do is we'll call this like page number style. Cool. So what you want to do is you want to select some text, sort of change it to the font that you want. Maybe it's sort of massive font like that, and it's like really big. Yeah, cool. So then I'll select all that, and I think you can click there, or no, it's over here, and then we can go redefine style. So see how page number selected? So if I go redefine style, that little plus will go away, and now that's the style of the page number. So if I copy that and go into all these other, actually I'll just copy the whole frame. So if I go out again, press V for the select tool, click on that text frame, press Control C. If I go up here, I'll just get rid of this one. You can see up under Edit, you can go Paste in Place. So you can just go Paste, and that'll put it, I think, in the middle of the page. Or you can go Paste in Place, and that'll put it exactly where you copied it from. So say, for example, you want it down here. I'll just edit the text frame, and I'll change the vertical justification so it's on the bottom, like that. Cool, bottom. And so what I'll do is copy that, and then go to this second page, and see how it pastes in place is Alt Shift Control V. See, it pastes it exactly there. Alt Shift Control V. Cool. Now what's so cool about that text style? So if actually that's too big, so I'll change that. I'll make it just 36 like that. Yeah, and then I'll go up here and I'll go redefine style. Cool. Now on another page, see they've all updated now. So if you have styles for your text, it's way easier if you want to change one thing later on. And I think like the more text styles, the better. So you probably want to have like headings and like paragraphs and information and links and different sort of styles for different things that are consistent across the whole prototype website that you're making. Cool, so that's all good. What about if we want to make a button? So anything can be a button. So I can just make a text window here. I can go button text, and I'll make it a cool font. Yeah, just something like that. Oh, that's actually kind of bad. I don't know. We'll just do that, and I'll make it so it's centered. So I can select it all, and then where is it? This one here, and I want it vertically centered as well. So I right-click and go Text Frame Options, Vertical Justification, Center. Cool. So now, no matter how big it is, it's always going to be in the center, that text. Cool. And then I want a sort of border or maybe a background for it. So how do you change the color of this? It's actually under swatches. So it's these things here. So I think it's selected on the border right now. So if I click that, or not, here's that. There we go, background. Change the background to, no, see, yeah, there we go, blue. There we go. We'll just try that. So that's a wee button. But what do we want it to do? Like, we want it to do something, right? Like when we click on it, maybe make it go to the next page. Should we try that? So if you select the button, then you go over here to the buttons and forms thing. Then you can go type button. It sort of changes to a dashed outline around it. And what we want to do is, I think all these are good by default. We'll just test it. We'll go actions. We'll click on this little plus, and we'll go. There's a whole bunch of different things you can even get it to make a sound, or play a video, or go to like a website link, or play an animation or anything. So what we want to do is we want it to go to a page. We could make it go to the next page, but I want it to go to a specific page. Maybe it's like some about page or something, someone's specific sort of page. Cool. Go to page, and then which page is it going to go to? It's going to go to page number 3. I'll press enter. Cool. So let's test that out. So to test it out, we'll just go File, Export over here. So there's also Control E, and I've named it InDesign Test 001. And what you want to do is save as type Adobe PDF Interactive. Yeah, that's what we want, because it's really nice because it's just one file and it's like everything's in there. So there's other options as well, like HTML or even a Flash player, but they sort of create more complex kind of file systems, which is fine, but like the whole purpose of why we're trying to use InDesign is so it's sort of simple, so we can prototype things really quickly. So, cool. InDesign, PDF, Adobe PDF Interactive, save. Yep, and it'll come up with this here. I've checked it onto View after export. All these options seem fine. You can just sort of play around with them if you want. But I'll just leave them all like that. And I'll go OK. And what I noticed is it says, warning, the go-to page button action is not supported in PDF. The button appearance will be preserved, but its interactivity will be dropped. So it appears that that doesn't work for interactive PDFs. So we'll go OK, and it opens it up, and it sort of has a button, and it's got a little hand icon for the mouse when you hover over it, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah? So it sort of doesn't work properly. So what I figured out what you need to do is you need to actually bookmark the pages you want to be able to go to. So bookmark. So what we'll do is we'll bookmark page number 3, and we'll also go under bookmarks here. We'll create a new bookmark, and we'll call it bookmark 3. Cool. And then on our first page again, I'll select the button, go to buttons and forms. So we're editing this one now, and instead of go to page, I'll get rid of that. It actually works if you do go to destination, and your destination, I'll leave it on this document, but the destination will be bookmark 3. See how that sort of comes up there? So let's test that. So export, export, is that? Yep. And OK. So no error that time. And now this time, can that go away? Yep. Oh. Cool. So like I can select stuff still, it's like a regular PDF, but if I hover over this, it goes to that page. So cool, that's what you want to set up. So I'm not sure if your prototypes will be super complex, like hopefully they will be, but maybe they'll be really simple and well designed, so this shouldn't be too much of a hassle, is what I'm trying to get at. Because, so for example, let's actually do something now. So instead of this button test, we want to say view project, right? So for example, this is that our archive we've got here, and this is our little project. So maybe I'll just say project, like thumbnail. Yeah, cool. So I'll just call it project 1, and then I'll copy this. I think I can just hold down Alt. Whoa, that was weird. I'll try that again. Nope, it's totally not working. It's sort of locking up weirdly for some reason. I won't do that. I'll just go Control C, Control V. Cool. And I'll call this project 2. Cool. And then in the pages, instead of having all these different pages, get rid of those. I'll make 2 more pages. This one I'll make a bookmark here, and it'll be project 1. And then I'll go to the next page, and I'll go project 2. Yeah, and now I'll actually set them up like so that they've got some images in them. Cool. So I'll just open up a folder from my computer, and it's got some JPEGs in it. So I'll just drag them into InDesign. Comes up with this little thumbnail for where I want to place it. You can sort of hover over corners and place them in the corners, and that sort of snap there. But I'll just chuck them in the middle. Yep, that's all good. Get another one. Cool. And then maybe another one here. Cool. And then on the next page, I'll well, actually, because I want them all in the same place, so what I'll do is I'll set up this for them to all be in the same sort of space. So I'll chuck it like there, and then another one like that. Or oops. Yeah, there we go, like that. It's kind of bugging me. I'll move that to there. Cool. Something like that. And instead of, I can just select them all and go Control C, go to that new page, and then paste and place. Cool. And then now, if I open up that folder again, I can just drop images on top of those. Well, it's a bit of a smaller image, so what about that one? No, that didn't work either. It's a bit small. Cool. So what I'm doing now is I'm just double clicking. Like, you can click on it once and you can resize the crop of that image, or if you hold down Shift, oh wait, no, it's Control, sorry, then it will resize the image as well as the crop. But if I double click, then I'm just going to resize the image inside that crop. So there's a bunch of different ways you can mess with images and framing them. So cool. And then one more image that's different. Cool. And I'll resize that up. There we go. So see how they're all pixelated and weird looking? If I right click on the page, and I go Display Performance and I set it to high quality, should make them a bit cleaner here. There we go. Cool. So we've got our 2 pages, and we've got our different bookmarks. There's project 1, project 2. Cool. So now if we go up, I'll actually make a new bookmark. I'll call this like home page, something like that. Can I just shuffle that up to the top? Cool. Look at that. Great. And now I'll make this button here. How do I do that? Interactive. Oh, you've actually got to click over here. Yeah, so click on the buttons and forms little tab there. I'll change this to, instead of home page destination, I'll change it to project 1. And this one here, I'll put it on project 2. Cool. And I'll put some more text. Home page because for some reason I want it to be on the bottom. That's what's quite cool about InDesign. You can sort of get that design that you want, the layout that you want, really easily, because it should be sort of fairly familiar for you guys to how to manipulate text and put images in and frame them and all that sort of good stuff. Cool. So let's export that. So what was it? Control E, and I'll just overwrite that one again. Sorry. To close this. There we go. Save, replace. Yep. Cool. No errors that time either. Now we're on home page, and we've got project 1 and project 2. So what happens if I click project 2? Oh. Untagged. Can I just go cancel? Cool. So sweet. That's all working. But now I need like a back button or something as well, right? So be able to go back to the home page, or like a home button or something. Yeah, so like it's quite good getting things working really quickly. Project 2. Oh. And project 1. Awesome. Cool. So that should give you pretty much the basics of what you need to know with InDesign. And now we can sort of push forward and do all that brainstorming that you were doing in the hallway in week 7, right after I introduced the brief, putting up the post-it notes and like writing with whiteboard markers and things like that. All that really good thinking can now happen in a more formulated sense, so we can actually click on stuff and actually see how it'll actually sort of operate as a website. Cool. Another thing I was going to mention was you can probably quickly, pretty easily, go to the Coca Massey, or because some of you are thinking about that wider sense of how it links in with this. So you can literally just screenshot this, right? Take a wee screenshot with my screenshotting program. Cool. And then go back to InDesign, open up that, yeah, and you can just put that screenshot in here. So probably a bit bigger than that, but and see how it's overlapping? So you can right click and go, it's arrange, send backward or send to the back. And I'll go Control Shift and then to scale this up. But you see what I'm getting at? So you can actually literally have the web page right there and do these fake buttons sort of over top. And it's like that. Yeah? So you can sort of embed your thinking into this existing context really easily. So, yeah. I think that should be enough for now anyway. So, cool.